Hey guys, it's Heather here with Underwater Panther. I should probably get adjusted to where I need to be. I've got another 50 pages of notes on the current astronomical ongoings, individually and collectively. So I've been doing some research today, per usual. I am scrolling so far up, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to break down. I've probably got another 4 videos. I'm not sure how I'm going to break this down yet. Just really depends on time. Alright, let me get all the way back up to where I started today. Alright, so I was going to get into Venus and the 12 houses, but I would prefer... Here we go. I would prefer to continue the discussion on really other topics rather than Venus and the houses at the moment. There's so much going on in the sky. We've just recently spotted yet another comet in between us and 3i Atlas, so that is huge. We have a grand trine going on, supermoon in Taurus, Scorpio season. So I am going to, in this video, I want to discuss the new celestial body. We think it is a comet, so I would like to talk about that and, of course, break it down psychologically. All right, so this video is called The Celestial Current, the Voice Between Suns. All right, so we have a new comet. I'm going to be talking about that, 3i Atlas. Solar flares, our sun, when 3i was closest to our sun, the sun started projecting, or what would you call it? Exploding more, having some major solar flares. Excuse me, my voice. My little one is currently sick, and hopefully I'm not getting it, but it's getting really chilly out here in my office, office, whatever you want to call it. It's a huge industrial shed, has farm equipment in it. It is not heated, so I've got my space heater over here blowing at my face. I've got a blanket on. It is definitely getting really super chilly. I'm actually kind of curious. It's only 50 degrees. For some reason, it feels a lot colder than that. The wind is blowing, so I am a little chilly tonight. So hopefully I can get through these videos. So yeah, I want to talk about the sun, comets, and the Venusian ether. So we're anchoring this in the C2025 V1 Borisov. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Borisov. That is the new comet. They think it's a comet in between us and 3i Atlas. And then Taurus Supermoon, Venus and Scorpio, solar flare surges, and the Pleiadian alignment, Mercury and Jupiter retrograde. So that is the topic this evening on this specific video. All right, so cosmic context, the tuning fork between suns. So yes, I've been watching multiple videos today about our personal electromagnetic pulses and how, just the modalities we currently use in order to tune our own energetic fields. So I'm sprinkling in a little bit of that into this video. All right, so right now there are 2 interstellar travelers. fireworks going off. Imagine it. Yeah. All right. So 3i Atlas and C2025 V1 Borisov. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Vibrate between Earth and the Sun like a cosmic tuning fork. The resonance is striking the heliosphere with a tone we have not heard before. A harmonic beyond local origin. Lost my space. There we go. So, yes. At the same time, solar flares are pulsing through the magnetic web of our planet. The Taurus Supermoon pulls the charge through the body of Earth like a breath through a flute. Venus swims through Scorpio, teaching that beauty must now include depth. Mercury retrograde turns language inward, and Jupiter retrograde turns faith into introspection. And above the northern sky, the Pleiades shimmer, the ancestral beacon of remembrance. So in the next video, I'm going to get into the Aurora Boreas lights. We've got a lot of northern lights going on currently. The sun flares are insane. We just went through the Pleiades debris in the sky, and now we are having intense Ouroboros lights, which I knew that would be coming, and I just got a notification just prior to starting this video, so that is exciting. It is happening, and in the next video, not this one, I'm going to be breaking down the northern lights psychologically. It's my jam. So, and above the northern sky, the Pleiades shimmer, the ancestral beacon of remembrance. Together, all of this forms a living equation. Fire plus water plus earth plus air equals ether. So I do tie in my Native American teachings. I am I have been for the last several months since March, deep diving into my own ancestral healing wounds through my Native American maternal line. I had a great aunt pass away, and she was the last of my I grew up with my Native American side of my family half of the time when I was young and throughout my life, and all three have now passed away. My grandfather and my grandmother, my mother's parents passed away. My great aunt just passed away in March. So that had opened a huge kind of Pandora's box that I had sealed shut. And so yes, individually, I've been working on that a lot. So I have been studying a lot about the Native American teachings in multiple tribes that I'm affiliated with. And so that is where I'm getting the elemental. It's very imperative to understand the elemental integration. It is psychological, it is spiritual, it is scientific. Everything is connected to everything. So I just want to offer that here because I think it's important, and it, kind of goes in with psychology. You can look at the elements through the fire signs, the water signs, the air signs, the earth signs. You can just break down everything elementally. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, so the fifth element, now audible, which is ether. I've been doing a lot of dream work as well, lucid dreaming, and that deals a lot with the ether. So the ancients would have called this a song of renewal. The scientists called it a field fluctuation. We can call it what it truly is, a planetary attunement. When interstellar visitors enter our solar system or our solar field, they don't only carry dust, they carry data. They remind every cell of its stellar origin. The universe is tuning its own instrument, and the earth is the resonant body. Revelation, the fire, and the mirror. The sun speaks first, so we're having a lot of solar flares. The sun speaks first. I send new suns across your sky, not to warn you, but to retune you. You are my extension, my current in flesh. Every flare I cast, you feel as awakening, as agitation, as an initiation, or as remembering. The moon answers. So the sun is very masculine. The moon is feminine, taking in. Or in this case, the mirror. The moon answers. I mirror what the sun gives you, not as reflection, but as reception. I pull the sun's fire into tides so that we may feel divinity in motion. In the new visitor, the interstellar messenger between 3i Atlas and Earth, I believe it is a comet. That is what we're thinking now. There's no tail, I don't think, on this comet. And I think I'm going to start linking those where that information comes from, because we can actually see pictures and videos from telescopes and the instruments they use to view insane stuff out in the, I have so many like things going on in my head right now. It's a lot. Outside of our atmosphere and the crazy space space. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to put links in the description where you can actually find that information from telescopes, pictures, videos. Earlier, I had asked a very esoteric teacher, guru. I just like to say guru for the heck of it. I asked a question on the live today about what, I knew that this wouldn't be touched, but I'm like an Aquarian mind, so I love everything to do with the stars. I've been this way my whole life. So I really love the stars, the planets, like not just mythology. I like to actually see the science. And I asked a question about, what do you think about 3i Atlas and this new comet or whatever? And they were like, prove it, and this is like an esoteric teaching or teacher talking on topics that you can't necessarily prove scientifically. So I was just like laughing my ass off, and I knew that answer was coming. And I had actually thought about sending the links in the live to be like, here is your, proof. Here's your scientific proof. Now show me yours. But I didn't want to be an asshole. It wouldn't have been good. So anyway, it's all in good humor in my opinion. But so yeah, I'm going to throw links in the description so y'all can check that out. I know. Yeah, need the references and all that good stuff. So anyway, the new visitor, the interstellar messenger between 3i Atlas and Earth, adds its silent chord. I come from beyond your known song. I am the note between notes, the breath between ages. I arrive when your field is ready for reharmonization. This is not astrology alone, it's Astro-Sophie, the wisdom of living heavens. Each flare and meteor now functions as a syllable in a galactic language of light. As above, so below. When the solar winds intensify, they ionize not only atmospheric, but emotion. Jeez, I'm all over the place right now. Sorry about that. All right. So when the solar winds intensify, they ionize not only atmosphere, but emotion. Humanity becomes a single nervous system conducting solar truth. The heart, the planet's miniature sun, synchronizes with the solar rhythm. Every coherent heartbeat sends electromagnetic waves through the field of consciousness. This is how we communicate beyond words. Magnetism is superior to willpower because it obeys rhythm, not resistance. Willpower is friction, magnetism is music. The universe responds to the song, not the struggle. Revelation. The fire in the mirror. So this is expanding out Energetic thesis, sun is initiating voltage, moon is reflective coherence. Interstellar note is the phase or shift or catalyst. Psychologically, we have an arousal containment pair. Solar flares with fire raises sympathetic arousal or drive. Lunar mirror trains parasympathetic containment or rest. Inner harmony comes from oscillating cleanly between both the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon. Projection cleanup. What you judge most in others under flare windows is your unintegrated fire. What you crave most is your unclaimed light. Rhythm over force. Willpower strains the system. Rhythm entrains it. So we are all collectively and individually reminded of balancing our own masculine and feminine energies, obviously. Body cues, racing ideas. Pair with slower breath, heavy emotions, pair with grounding touch. Practices, you can do a mirror audit and ask yourself, what am I trying to fix out there that actually needs rhythm in here? Mantra, magnetism is music, not muscle. All right, embodiment. All right, so the axis of power and peace. We have the Scorpio-Taurus axis going on, as well as the sun-moon axis. This crazy, like, everything is so freaking energized right now. It's insane. Insane. Like, I can't even, my mind, like, I have to, like, organize. That's, like, why I write books. I've got so much going on. In my mind, it's like, I'm freaking, like, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So there's like huge solar flares going on with the sun, which isn't normal. We've got the supermoon, which is closest to our Earth, which is not common or normal, so to speak. And now we have the Scorpio Taurus axis, Scorpio season, Taurus supermoon. And so it is an axis of power and peace. The Taurus Scorpio axis defines this corridor. Scorpio governs the descent, the voltage of transformation, the courage to die and to be reborn. Taurus governs the ascent, going up, the still pulse of embodiment, the serenity of form. Together they create the alchemy of magnetism, power, and peace is presence. When the sun flares, breathe slower. When your emotions surge, ground deeper. The nervous system is the philosopher's stone. It transmutes chaos into coherence. Each solar flare that hits the magnetosphere sends new information into your cells. If you meet it with fear, it becomes overload. If you meet it with calm awareness, it becomes illumination. The body becomes a living aura. The skin tingles, the dreams brighten, intuition spikes. You are not malfunctioning, which I totally feel like it right now. You are conducting. Scorpio descends, the courage to meet the underworld without flinching, raw charge, honesty that costs something. Taurus ascends, the right to be here in a body with breath that doesn't apologize. Ground, grain, and gold representations. So shout out to all the Scorpios out there. Happy birthday, Scorpio season. When they meet well, voltage finds ground and becomes presence. When they miss, voltage either scorches, compulsion, or stalls stagnation. You don't need less energy, you need wider capacity. So body cues, tingling skin, bright dreams, quick tears is conductivity increasing. Jaw clamping, shallow breathing, and doom scrolling equals circuit overload. Micro alchemy, Taurus, anchor, name three sensations, temperature, pressure, and texture. Scorpio transmutation, hand over solar plexus and whisper, "This is energy, not enemy." And let the sensation move for 90 seconds without story. Presence is not a mood, it's a bandwidth. Practice this alignment. Earth, feel your weight. Gratitude anchors to the current. Water, let emotions move. Flow is the body's natural intelligence. Fire, direct passion through purpose, not projection. Air, speak beauty. Words, shape plasma. Ether, pause. Silence allows the field to sing through you. The more balanced these elements, the more transparent your aura becomes. And transparency is magnetism. Light moves freely through you. All right, I'm going to take a quick drink. I feel like I need to make a coffee. My energy is wild right now. All right, so solar flares and interstellar influx, why it feels louder. Think of Earth's magnetic field as a drum stretched over the skin of the planet. Each solar flare is a strike, a wave of charged plasma from the sun slamming into the magnetosphere of the Earth, rippling it like sound through hide. But now interstellar dust from Comet's 3I Atlas and C 2025 V1 Borisov drifts between Earth and the sun, altering the texture of the drumhead. The beat remains ancient, sunrise, tide, heartbeat, yet the tone has changed. It is more resonant, multi-dimensional, humming with overtones from beyond the solar scale. So it's so insanely wild having multiple interstellar objects not from our solar system flying through relatively close to Earth at the same time during this time. Pretty wild to me. All right, so when you feel space louder, it's not imagination. It's entrainment. So when you feel space louder, it's not imagination, it's entrainment. Solar fire doesn't just light the sky. It modulates the ionosphere, which modulates your nervous system. Geomagnetic storms shift melatonin, and serotonin levels deepen dream cycles and heightened emotional voltage. You are not separate from this instrument. You are the chord it plays. Psychological meaning of interstellar visitors. When a new interstellar object like 3I Atlas or Borisov enters the solar field, it's not merely a comet passing through, it's the psyche encountering something unassimilated by prior patterns. Astrologically, it's non-local consciousness intruding into familiar system of archetypes. Psychologically, it represents the arrival of new psychic material, an evolutionary prompt. A bridge between the cosmic and the human. Think of the interstellar bodies 3I Atlas and C 2025 V1 Borisov and their silent kin as archetypes, not just objects. They are the psyche's ambassadors from the unknown, slipping into our solar field to remind us that evolution does not happen in one sky, but between skies. These visitors are not warnings, they are introductions. They carry frequencies that do not yet exist in our psychic vocabulary. They speak the language of potential, the note between notes, the spark that bridges mind and cosmos. Individually, the arrival of the unprecedented self. Interstellar bodies symbolize potentials that are not of your past conditioning. They are your unlived possibilities arriving from beyond the orbit of your known identity. On a personal level, interstellar objects symbolize the arrival of unprecedented self, the part of you that has never existed before. When such bodies enter the heliosphere, you feel it as a stirring of possibility that refuses to be categorized. It's as though a new planet has entered your inner system, altering gravitational pull and reordering the orbits of your actual identity. You might notice a sudden fascination with ideas, art, or spiritual paths that seem alien to your usual interest. Emotional surges that have no logical trigger, grief, awe, or anticipation without an object. Dreams of vast spaces, ships, light, or visitors. A quiet inner voice saying your story is expanding. Psychologically, this is the psyche's renewal mechanism, the self introducing new archetypal energy into a structure that has grown too small. The ego experiences it as confusion or restlessness because it cannot yet translate the frequency. But this is not pathology. It is potential energy entering orbit. To integrate it, stay curious. Don't label every new impulse as chaos. Document the anomalies. Write down the dreams, symbols, and synchronicities. Ground the voltage. Through art, movement, and stillness, you give the new energy a home in matter. Integration happens when wonder meets embodiment. In Jungian language, they correspond to numinous contents of the unconscious, energies that do not fit your current ego structure but demand integration. In practical terms, you begin to dream or imagine new creative directions that have no precedent in your story. You feel restlessness that cannot be satisfied by the familiar. Old roles start to feel too tight. The psyche is retuning its orbit. My voice is being terrible right now. It's a psychological mutation movement, your personal foreign body entering the psychic ecosystem. At first, the ego interprets this as chaos, boredom, or crisis, but it's actually potential energy seeking incarnation. Key psychological markers recap. You may have sudden fascinations with new studies, symbols, or art forms, dreams of travel, space, or something approaching, emotional surges that don't match external events, like premonitions of your future self arriving. Therapeutic translation. Don't try to define it too soon. Give the interstellar visitor room. Through journaling, art, or contemplative ritual, you let the psyche domesticate the alien to integrate the new archetype rather than feel it. Now we're going to move into collectively. The unconscious of humanity opening its gates. When interstellar bodies enter our system, the collective psyche mirrors it through cultural acceleration, rapid innovation, breakdown of old structures, and a rise of new mythic language. It's like the cosmos introducing new software into the human collective psychological meaning. We receive data about how to evolve, often showing up as technological leaps, social revolutions, or new paradigms in consciousness studies. Old mythic orders, religions, economies, social hierarchies destabilize because their frequency can't integrate the new field. Simultaneously, new mythologies emerge, often through art, science, and spiritual philosophy. In archetypal terms, interstellar visitors represent the messenger archetype at cosmic scale. Hermes or Mercury reborn as a galactic traveler. There are the psyches. This is the way of the psyche saying evolution is no longer local. What was once the realm of mystics and poets Poets becomes collective curriculum. Collective manifestation, surge of fascination with cosmic origins, ET contact and quantum consciousness, sudden global mood swings like humanity collectively dreaming, social flare-ups, polarization, ideology wars, as shadow resists integration of higher coherence. In mythic sense, interstellar arrivals are heralds of planetary individuation, Earth beginning to act as a single conscious entity rather than fragmented tribes. On the collective level, interstellar visitors represent the psyche of humanity encountering its next octave. Every comet from beyond the solar system is a symbol of the cosmic unconscious entering conscious dialogue. Every comet, oh, I just said that, sorry. As they cross over, I keep losing my spot. It's really weird. All right, there we go. As they cross our skies, societies mirror the pattern. Sudden surges of innovation, breakdown of old narratives, and rising fascination with origin and destiny. They announce not apocalyptic things, but apotheosis, a shift in the story of what it means to be human. You'll see the merging of science and spirituality, the rise of global empathy and intuitive networks, the creative collapse of outdated structures that no longer resonate with coherence. When the collective psyche meets an interstellar visitor, it is Earth herself dreaming of her next form. Humanity becomes aware of being the instrument the cosmos plays through. From a depth psychological view, this is the collective individuation process. The planetary psyche realizing it is one body, one nervous system, one organism of light and matter, learning self-awareness. Energetic and spiritual implications, the fifth element in motion. On the energetic plane, these arrivals interact with the solar wind, slightly altering the electromagnetic tone of the heliosphere. Symbolically, this reflects an upgrade to the etheric bandwidth of human consciousness, our ability to perceive, dream, and create beyond binary logic. Individually, you might feel waves of deja vu, premonitions, or increased dream clarity. This is the psyche learning to function in non-linear time, the first step of multi-dimensional awareness. Collectively, it marks a movement towards global coherence fields, heart-based connectivity, telepathic empathy, and shared intuitive intelligence. Shadow and integration. Every arrival of new potential also exposes unintegrated shadow. The ego reacts with defensiveness, denial, or apocalyptic fantasy. Just as ancient cultures once saw comets as omens of doom, psychologically, this is projection, the fear of the unknown self cast onto the sky. So when people fear invasion, collapse, or AI takeover, it's often the collective unconscious projecting its own evolution outward. The comet becomes mirror and messenger, showing both our possibility and our resistance. The inner work. To meet the interstellar in yourself without superstition or suppression, to stay curious instead of contracting, to let the psyche expand into its new form. Every evolutionary force casts a shadow. When the psyche meets frequencies it doesn't yet understand, fear projects them outward as threat. This is why comets were once omens, and why humanity still oscillates between awe and anxiety in times of cosmic acceleration. Psychologically, this is resistance to integration, the ego fearing extinction in the face of expansion. Common defenses include control, attempting to force meaning before it's ripe, denial, numbing out the strangeness, apocalyptic projection, turning wonder into fear narratives, But the interstellar doesn't bring destruction. It brings definition through expansion. It asks you to enlarge your frame of selfhood enough to contain mystery without panic. Psychological summary equation of interstellar energy. So the layer is cosmic, astronomical, symbolic function, foreign object entering familiar field. Psychological expression, unknown, potential, entering conscious awareness. Individual, the new archetype or unlived destiny. Creativity, restlessness, expanded intuition. Collective, planetary psyche evolving. Cultural shift, innovation, chaos before reorganization. Shadow, fear of foreign equals fear of freedom. Projection, dogma, resistance to change. An integration, harmonizing local and cosmic identity. Becoming a participant in evolution, not its victim. Inner dialogue, meeting the visitor within. To work with this archetype consciously, personify the unknown. In meditation or journaling, imagine the new comet as a being. Light, tone, presence, and ask, what do you carry for me? Record the response. Don't analyze, just receive. Translate through art. The unconscious speaks best through symbol, not sentence. Paint, move, or write what you perceive. The goal is not to understand the visitors, but to develop a relationship with emergence itself, to let the new self announce itself in its own tongue. Psychological summary, the cosmic equation of growth. Layer, cosmic, symbolic function, interstellar object enters our solar field. Psychological expression, foreign archetype enters psyche. Integration path, curiosity over control. Individual layer, new potential, orbiting identity. Psychological expression, restlessness, creativity, expanded dreaming. Integration path, ground, record, and embody. Collective layer, humanity meets its future self. Paradigm shifts, tech leaps, empathy, and expansion. And then integration path, coherence through heart-centered awareness. Shadow, we have the fear of unknown power through projection, dogma, and escapism. A living myth in motion. The arrival of these interstellar bodies coinciding with solar storms and Venus in Scorpio creates a triadic initiation. Solar flares awaken the will, voltage, courage, and expression. Venus in Scorpio opens the emotional core, desire, intimacy, and magnetism. Interstellar arrivals open the transpersonal field, infinite perspective, and imagination. Together they form a full spectrum transformation, from ego to soul to cosmos. Each flare through your heart, each comment across your dream, each emotion you allow are all instruments of this grand attunement. You are not a spectator to these skies, you are the circuitry they move through. Integration mantra. I welcome what arises from beyond my knowing. I am not the center of the cosmos, I am its conversation. The new does not destroy me, it completes me. As I soften, frequencies find form. What enters from the stars, I translate through heart. Common side effects of charged magnetosphere expanded. During the night, I'm hearing... It sounds like a semi. Which we do have farmers hauling grain right now. But it's really early in the morning and I don't think they're open. Which is odd. I don't want to be interrupted. I'm not going to get up, but yeah, someone definitely stopped outside for some odd reason. And it's a big vehicle. Alright, so I'm going to keep going here. All right, so night, common side effects of charged magnetosphere expanded during the night. The dream body becomes a receiver. Lucid dreams increase because your pineal gland is literally reacting to the electromagnetic shimmer, a biochemical aura inside your skull. You may wake between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. buzzing with imagery, lightning-like insights, long forgotten faces requesting closure, ancestral memories asking to be rethreaded. This is psychological house cleaning at a solar scale. The psyche replays unfinished loops within the magnetosphere or when the magnetosphere thins. Your unconscious uses the dream to defragment itself. Don't chase interpretation. Feel texture first. Sharp processing trauma, soft receiving guidance, bright renewal, and stormy release. I've been studying a lot about dream interpretation, how to interpret your dreams, and I've never ever in my life thought, I mean, I've been dreaming a lot lately, so I'm like really into it at the moment, and yeah, it's really wild. It's not what you would think. It's very symbolic and archetypal, and you go more based on emotion rather than obviously logic. All right, so during the day, you move through alternating currents of voltage, bursts of purpose followed by waves of tenderness. You may feel an unexplainable courage, a readiness to act on truths you've delayed. Moments later, a flash of grief may surface, the nervous system releasing static charge. Then in stillness comes clarity, seeing exactly which role, job, identity, or attachment has expired. It's a psyche synchronizing with solar rhythm, excitement, excitation, release, and revelation. I'm going to have to end this like pretty soon because like I feel like I'm losing my voice. It's crazy. All right, and I'm not even going to edit this. I'm just going to roll with it. All right, so then in stillness comes clarity, seeing exactly which role, job, identity, or attachment has expired. It's a psyche synchronizing with solar rhythm, release, and revelation. Psychologically, this mirrors the integration cycle, activation, regulation, and insight. When you allow all three, solar energy becomes wisdom instead of burnout. When you resist, it becomes anxiety or exhaustion. How to work with it. Ground the beat, walk barefoot. When you're walking barefoot, you're grounding within the earth, which is actually a feminine receptive thing to do, grounding yourself, connecting yourself back to Mother Earth. So walk barefoot, hum or drum softly with your hands on your chest until your breath matches your pulse. This stabilizes resonance with Earth's human tone. I'm losing it. Translate voltage into vision. After lucid dreams or daytime flashes, write one sentence that begins, "The energy wants me to." Let action follow meaning, not mania. Rest after revelation. Integration is the feminine half of magnetism. The current doesn't need control, only coherence. I think I'm gonna go like lay outside on the ground even though it's cold. I'm just gonna like lay there for a second and chill. Oh my gosh. And then I'm probably gonna go lucid dream, right? Jeez. Alright. I'm gonna go see what's going on. It's like either the weather or a person, so I will be right back. I think it was the wind, but it might have been the wind slamming a door.